All right, ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing today, guys? Wednesday, Frank with you on this great Wednesday. We got some news coming up with our friend Dean. All right, he's on standby. I just want to say, guys, we're on YouTube, and y'all probably know why. I mean, we have a lot of we're having a lot of issues with Zuckerberg sucker. All right, ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing today, guys? Wednesday,
Oh my
Frank
God,
with you on this great Wednesday. We got some news. Oh, I don't know where that came from. I guess my phone. There's always something. But anyways, guys, yeah, we are having we're having some problems with Zuckerberg, as we know, right? We've been attacked all over, and we'll see how YouTube does. And it's probably going to be it's probably going to be the same, maybe. I don't know. But in God I trust. I don't worry about a thing, guys. I don't care if there's, a little bit of you guys in here. I did post, I made 2 posts that we were going to be live on YouTube instead of Facebook. But if you'd like to share this and share our YouTube channel, share our videos, I would really appreciate that, all right? We're going to start with really quick before I bring Dean, okay, on board. Let's go ahead and show you a video that I found interesting that I was watching right now, okay? And this is called, well, I'll let you see it, and I'll let you
Is
guys...
it he who bears the light? Doubt it not. That's the beginning of their big secret. God is the devil, and we're already in hell right now.
Altion Juric, best known as Altion Childs, is an Australian performer who topped the charts after winning the 2nd season of X Factor Australia in 2010. On April 15th of this year, Altion published a 5-hour video claiming he was initiated into the Freemasons and that Freemasonry
Sorry, guys.
is hiding the true world religion, Satanism. He goes on to reveal how every initiate must swear a vow of secrecy to never reveal the secrets of Freemasonry to anyone whatsoever, under penalty of having their body severed in 2 and their bowels burned to ashes, their throat slit, and their tongue torn out by the roots.
This is the sign you do upon entering and exiting the ritual room while facing the Grand Master. It stands for throat slit, and it goes like this.
They use symbolic gestures to flaunt their secret religion, such as the sign of the Master of the Second Veil, or the Hidden Hand, the sign of silence. As you move up the ranks of Freemasonry, the oaths of silence for taking each degree become more brutal, having your heart torn out and fed to wild beasts, your head struck off and placed on the highest spire of Christendom, destroying your business and reputation, and hanging you in your own home. Masonic rules clearly stipulate that the Lodge has the authority and obligation to uphold these mandates and penalize any member who violates them. Masonic rules also warn members from inviting the vulgar and profane. The profane is what they call the uninitiated, anyone outside their secret order. As one climbs the ladder of power in Freemasonry, each degree requires more barbaric acts from the initiate. From being humiliated and stepped on, drinking wine from a human skull, stabbing human skulls. And in one of the highest degrees, the initiate removes a blindfold to find a severed human head lying on the floor with a bloody knife beside it. He is instructed to take the knife in his right hand and the head in his left. Eventually, this leads the initiate to accept human sacrifice as a rite of initiation, which is the ultimate goal of this unholy hierarchy. 33rd degree Mason Manly P. Hall, who was named Freemason of the Century, wrote that Freemasonry is a religion and that initiates are intentionally misled until they reach the highest levels. He wrote that Freemasonry is an outer organization concealing an inner brotherhood, one visible and one invisible. The invisible is dedicated to the service of a mysterious arcanum arcanorum. Having a belief in a supreme being is required to become a Mason. And the atheist is looked upon by the Mason as being the most vulgar and despicable of mankind. But who is the supreme being in Masonry?
Freemasonry is Satanism in disguise.
33rd degree sovereign Grand Commander of the Scottish Rite, Albert Pike, wrote in Morals and Dogma that Lucifer is the light bearer. 33rd degree Mason Albert Mackey wrote that Lucifer is good, light, victory, and initiation. And 33rd degree Freemason of the century, Manly P. Hall, wrote that the mystery of the craft is the seething, surging energies of Lucifer that can be wielded by the initiate. This is the symbol for Satanism, and this is the symbol for female Freemasonry, the Order of the Eastern Star. The Satanic Bible lists Baphomet as the symbol of Satan worshipped by the highest level of Freemasonry, the Templar Masons. In the Satanic rituals, it is written that Masonic orders contain the most influential men in government, and virtually every occult order has Masonic roots, and that every rite of the Nazis' Black Order employed Masonic principles. Both Satanism and Masonic rituals involve the goat, the coffin, and the death's head. Anton LaVey wrote that the Masonic rituals serve as a screening process for organized Satanism. Freemasons can also be seen making the 666 hand gesture.
I'm a Christian, sir.
I'm pure and virtuous and wholesome and innocent. How can you say anything bad about me?
Sir, you need to be born again.
I am born again.
Now, did you just say that you were Lucifer?
I am Lucifer.
Okay, define Lucifer for me.
Pure, virtuous, wholesome, innocent individual that's out to help people.
Lucifer is?
Yeah.
Say that again. Lucifer is a pure, holy...
Virtuous.
Virtuous. Now, is he the Lucifer that God created?
That's the same one.
At the highest level of the so-called Illuminati is a perverted sex cult, which is why high-level Mason Walt Disney not only saturated his films with Masonic hand gestures and 666, but also added subliminal images with hidden sexuality. Altion claims that the square and compass are actually symbolizing the sex act, the woman's legs spread open and a man mounting her. The G symbolizes the generative principle of creation. The all-seeing eye symbolizes the head of the penis, and the rays shooting forth the orgasm. Each year, 13 high-level Masons may be invited to join the top of this monstrous pyramid, the Royal Order of Jesters, dedicated to nothing but sexual depravity.
There is no sin. There is only nature. Why do you think that witchcraft has disappeared? It never disappeared. It was hidden, forced to go into hiding by the appearance of Jesus on the human scene. Another reason why he's passionately hated.
33rd degree Mason Aleister Crowley wrote how he pecks at the eyes of Jesus on the cross, how the New Age will arise from the destruction of Christianity, and how all children shall be accustomed from infancy to witness every type of sexual act. According to the royal art of Freemasonry, magic is the highest and most divine. And what is this magic?
Any living being is a storehouse of energy, varying in quantity according to the size and health of the animal. At the death of the animal, this energy is liberated suddenly. The animal therefore should be killed within the circle. For the highest spiritual working, one must accordingly choose that victim which contains the greatest and purest force, a male child.
We are witnessing the culmination of their mysterious arcanum, the destruction of Christianity and the mass sacrifice of humanity. Created in 1979 by the Masonic Order of the Rose Cross, the first Luciferian commandment carved into the Georgia Guidestones is to maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. High-level Mason Friedrich Nietzsche wrote how Christianity is more harmful than any vice, and considered Christians sick animals. Their utopian New Age, as written about in the Satanic Bible and in the Lucis Trust, consultants to the European Union, is nothing more than the absolute destruction of Christianity. Aleister Crowley wrote how the people need to be ruled by the state and the world must be bathed in blood to usher in the New Age. Subversion of all governments and world religions has been going on in secrecy for centuries. Religious leaders, heads of state, and your favorite pop stars have practically all been absorbed into this hidden hand of Satanism. In 1991, the Noahide laws were signed into U.S. law by Skull and Bones member George Bush. Once these laws are practiced openly, it will be blasphemy to call Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior, punishable by death. They want to bring us back to the days of blood sacrifice. Whether you believe or not, the culture of compassion, mercy, and love is Christian. Christ ended the days of blood sacrifice. Christ forgave us of our sins, all of us, liberated us, so that no man could stand between the individual and God. It's no wonder why they hide in the shadows. With a religion based on their own weakness, their so-called magic is nothing other than ruthless thuggery and deceit. Like broken animals, they fear the true light and want to drag you into the darkness with them. Don't let them. For Infowars.com, this is Greg Reese.
I thought I'll let you guys see a little bit of, actually not, I'll let you guys see the truth on what's running this whole operation. You know, who's in charge of this whole thing. It was like, for me, it was hard to understand how it all came together. But now this is why, you know, I'm not scared of throwing all this stuff out there, guys, because I have, you know, I don't know. I feel like God, like, you know, say, you know, he puts on my mouth what I got to say, and he tells me what to show. When I found this video, I was like, Lord, this is what I gotta. I mean, I've been telling you all from the start about Freemasonry when I started digging into them. We got judges, we got a lot of people who are involved in this stuff, in this cult, guys. This is a cult. Let's bring my friend Dean up in here. What's going on, Dean?
Evening, Frank. How are you doing tonight?
Great. What you think about the video?
That's a good video. It's very informative and opened my eyes. There's some stuff in there I was clueless to.
Yeah, you know, you ever wondered why some of the politics throw their triangle sign, you know what I mean, with their hands, and they look at each other, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they're part of the cult. They're part of the Freemasons, man. And I'm going to tell you this much. This is a banned video, so I don't know if YouTube's going to take this video down. We're just going to have to let it marinate. I want to say to you guys that, yeah, if we lose you all through YouTube, we're going to be on the website. I was talking to Dean earlier. We're going to pre-record our videos, and you can watch them on the website. And we're going to have a comment box where you can still comment, and we can reply to your comments. We can watch the, you know, we can watch the comments as, you know, as you guys are watching the video, you can comment, and we'll go back and try to, you know, reply to your comments. But it's going to come to that, guys. You know, Satan, the Antichrist, and the beast have gotten the power. Honestly, they've gotten a lot of power. But remember, they are no greater than God is. Okay?
Nope.
So, you know, what we got to do, regardless of what anybody tells you, what's going to happen, what's the future's going to bring, we don't know the future. All we can do is pray and continue praying against these demonic people. This is what's been planned many, many years back, just as the video was telling you. These people started with these secret societies, okay? And then what they were doing is that they were inviting, you know, the richest, the wealthiest, and also official leaders into their cult. But when they join the cult, they are swearing to an oath. They're swearing an oath to the devil himself, basically. Some of them don't know exactly until they start going up in degrees, okay? And then they find out how serious it is, and, you know, most of the time, they got to stick to it. They can't get out. I don't know about Freemasons getting out of their cults if you're in that high degree. I haven't heard of any Mason actually. Well, some of them have said that they've gone to 33 degree, whatever. I'm not the one to say what happens with the Freemasons or not. But what I can tell you is that a lot of people, these are facts, a lot of people that are judges, a lot of people that are high official leaders are part of this cult, okay? So if you saw this video, then you can imagine you're surrounded by many official leaders that are part of this. Okay, you might go to the judge and he's part of it. You might go to a lawyer and he's part of it. You might go to you know, I don't know. You know, official leaders are part of it. You know, not all of them, but I'm just saying there's probably a good percentage. To say that our Supreme Courts have been acting like there's no, you know, they've been blinded or acting, pretending like they don't see the truth right in front of their faces and in front of our two eyes. They won't even take, you know, the truth from any of us. All right. Should ring a bell. And most of these people are probably working together, and they're probably part of this secret society. And that's just my guess on it, and that's my opinion on it. But after watching this video, I can more assure, I feel it, that I could say, you know what? Yeah, these guys have been they're organized. They've been organizing themselves. It must have taken years and years and years of planning to plan what we're going through right now around the globe. Look at what's happening in Colombia. Okay.
Yeah.
The government. The people are against the government. Those people are not fighting just because. Okay. And the mainstream media is not going to tell you the reality of why those people are acting the way they are against the government. Okay. But I'm pretty sure it has to do a lot with their freedom. And they've seen what the government's been doing to them. So, you know, it sucks for all the police involved, but it is what it is. And it's going to come to the officers of either backing the, you know, the people up, or, you know, or they're going to battle really hard. You know what I'm saying? It just sucks.
Right.
But anyways, Dean.
It is the battle. It is the battle.
Yeah.
We're not giving up, though.
So we can see out most of your comments. We got about 14 people right now online. We did post out there, if you guys got the memo, that we're going to be doing our lives on YouTube. So please go ahead and share the video. You know, it helps us reach more people. Facebook, Zuckerberg has just been extremely, all right. We've been persecuted by that platform like you wouldn't believe.
Yep.
All freedom fighters, all patriots, all Christians, truth, you know, people promoting the truth have been persecuted online, okay, through a platform. This is crazy. Just imagine what's going to happen next. Probably is going to happen next in real life, okay? This is just a platform. Dean, you know, I created a new account, and I was telling you about it. They made me go through a face, what do you call it? Recognition. The whole face. Yeah, where you turn like this, up, down. All right. In order to keep my brand new account, just to verify who I was. So I submitted, and I did their process, and this is what they replied.
Wait till they see this.
I'm not going to get an answer from them within 30 days, but this is what I got from Zuckerberg and their team. We received your information. Thank you for sending your information. We have fewer people available to review information due to coronavirus. This means we may be unable to review your account. We apologize for any inconvenience. Guys, we're not playing when we're telling you that these people are, the big tech is on everybody. Like, we probably are on the radar. We're sharing truth, and we're about truth. It's a truth. We're like, we want truth. This is what we want. So we're not going to get down with the mainstream stuff. We're going to try to get to the root of it. You know what I mean? And we're going to talk about it. And obviously it's hurting their feelings, or it's making them nervous in some way. All right? This is why we've been attacked, and we've been practically they're going to probably take the page down. But I don't care. I'm still going to go on. Dean's still going to do it, you know?
Yep.
And if it comes to the point where we're not on YouTube, we're not on Facebook, we're not on Instagram, we're not anywhere, we'll be on the website as long as it lasts. As long as they don't take the website down. We will pre-record the lives, and we will keep our word that we will have a video for you guys, all right, up there to see. And this is why you are a member of the globaltruthmovement.com. And I appreciate every supporter and everybody who's been supporting it. It's going to come to that, guys. We're being persecuted already through these social media platforms. Can you imagine what's going to happen later on? You know what I mean? So I understand, Dean, that social media is a very, very powerful
It
thing
is.
right now. It's more powerful than even the White House itself. Okay?
But it's really screwed up right now, Frank. It's unusable. As a business person, it's unusable because anybody with any kind of view can't honestly, advertise. Well, that they're right there. If you can't advertise, how can you do business?
Well, yeah, exactly. Well,
So,
if you're a freedom fighter, then they don't care about you. But if you're not one of if you're a regular person that doesn't care to fight for your freedom and spread the truth out there, they won't care what you'll have your business out there. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But if you're fighting for freedom, if you're fighting for the truth, and you're actually you care about your country, and you want to do the right thing, and you're doing this, and you're trying to let people know freedom of speech. Hello, you know what I mean? Waking people up. That's all you're doing. All right. You're not talking about violence. You're not talking about you're going to do this. You're going to do that. You're not talking about none of that, other than just sharing. There's freedom of speech. It's not even putting anybody down. It's just basically giving you information, okay? And information that
A news broadcast.
it's a
Put it
news
at
broad.
that.
Exactly. It's a simple thing. So,
Yeah.
I
They've
mean,
turned it into a war. They've turned words into the bullets, and the machine guns are the cameras, and the battlefield is the courtrooms. We're at war. We're at
yeah,
war, and it's nothing more than a politicized Holocaust for anybody that puts forth any kind of Christian view. My opinion.
Mickey said it was to get your profile to send to the government so they can watch you. It's fine. Look, I ain't doing anything wrong by doing my by speaking out truth and freedom of speech. I mean, I mean, what I'm living, I'm reporting. I'm not hiding anything. You know what I'm saying? They can come down, talk to me, whatever. And we've been talking about this, right, Dean? That a lot of people are getting their FBI's going and knocking on people's doors. It's like, for what? For freedom of speech? I mean,
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
what are we? What are we? Are we some kind of like we're not what are we? I mean, what are you guys are what are you they're categorizing us as some kind of cult member, I don't know what. I'm like,
It's not right.
you guys want to see a real cult? I've told you. My mother put me into a real cult. All right? And she didn't know better herself either. But we ended up into a real cult. That was a real cult when I was a kid. You want to know about real cults? Look them up. Fighting for your freedom is not a cult. Fighting for freedom of speech is not a cult. Fighting for truth is not, it's not a cult. It says, hey, respect my freedom, my rights. If I like to choose the color pink or red, that's totally fine. That's what I choose. If I choose to put this in my body, that is my body. That's what I choose. It is my body after all. Okay? Who are you to tell me what I have to eat? What I have to do? What is good for my body? What can and cannot cure my body? Who are you? It is my body after all. I decide what I want to do with my body. Is there anything wrong with that? They're exploding with the CDC like they have to control what we have to do. Period. If we don't want jabs, we don't need jabs. Totally, it shouldn't be none of their business.
Correct.
We've said it before. We don't care who takes the jab. All right? But if you ask me, I'm going to tell you why I'm not taking the jab.
Yep.
Period. It's freedom of speech. You're not hurting anybody.
Yep. And it's freedom of choice on top of that. I mean, are they not the party of my body, my choice? Right, Frank? I mean, that was the lefty battle cry there for years, my body, my choice. Well, now that the shoe is on our foot, And we're saying our body, our choice. Oh no, it's for the good of the better will. Oh, okay. That's how it
So,
works.
so
Interesting.
Dean, have you seen some of the stuff that's happening in Colombia?
I've only heard just bits and pieces of it. Frank, can
But
you
you
fill me
haven't.
in?
Have you seen? Have you? Have you actually seen any of the stuff that's been occurring there? Like
No, I
this,
haven't. Nope,
you
I
haven't.
haven't.
I'm gonna play really,
Uh
really
oh.
quick before we go because I know you got some news there for us, and
Yep.
just so you can take a look. Oh my God,
Is
this was
it
an hour
turning into
ago.
another war zone now?
Oh, this was posted
Again?
this was posted an hour ago. Let's check it out.
Biggest
Oh,
cities. Months of frustrations have boiled over onto the streets of Colombia's biggest cities. Violent clashes fueled by the pandemic and poverty, shortages of food and fuel. This doctor says he's fed up. We've had 27 years of terminal poverty, even among health workers, he says. We all deserve better conditions. Colombia's been devastated by COVID-19, a soaring death rate that's almost reached 3,000 in the past week, and an economy buckling under the strain of lockdowns, the working poor especially hard hit. And now this anger, sparked by a government plan to raise taxes on many everyday items, part of a bid to rebuild the economy post-COVID. But after days of protests, the move was shelved by President Ivan Duque. We need constructive talk, not hatred and destruction, he pleaded. But security forces' response to the demonstrations, including military helicopters seen shooting at protesters below, has only intensified anger in the streets. At least 24 people have been killed, including a 17-year-old who kicked a police officer on a motorbike, then got shot. The United Nations and the EU have condemned the government's heavy-handed response.
We call for restraint. We call for restraint from everybody, especially from the security forces.
But Colombia's deadly mix of frustrations, a bitter reminder of years of conflict in this country, is making restraint hard to find. Sasha Petrusik, CBC News, Toronto.
That's hard to watch, Frank. It's just so sad. What is this world coming to?
That is reality, and that's one thing that President Trump said exactly on the last week's interview.
A star was born tonight.
He said,
his name, Senator Tim Scott from the great state of South Carolina.
Oops, sorry. He said it himself. He said, you're gonna see these other countries, you know what I mean, people are gonna fight back. They're gonna be tired of the government, what the government's doing. And look, we're watching it, man. We're seeing it. You know, this pandemic, okay, not pandemic. This pandemic should have been done a long time ago, Dean. Those people want to work. Those people are hungry. Those people need money. Those people need to start. They want to jumpstart the economy. But this is what this damn government, all right, their government and other governments involved in this whole world global crap is doing to the people. I don't see it any other way. I mean, just by hearing what they're talking about, I mean, what they're saying, it's explainable.
They're getting ruled by another iron fist. I see another cold. It's like during the Cold War, you know, putting up walls, but these walls are in between not only our people but our government, and our government is trying to suppress the power and the rights of the people worldwide. That's what I'm seeing. What do you think?
That's exactly what's happening, man. That's what's happening. That's exactly what's happening, Dean. You're right. Well, let's move on to the news. I just wanted to show people, you know, these things. And let's go ahead and jump to the news, Dean. I'm going to disappear here real quick.
Some of the news for the evening is some uplifting, some light videos, and some straightforward truth. Video number 1 here, Biden breaks the internet. Real simple. Check this out. I think this is interesting.
Okay, let's see.
Might even make you laugh.
All right.
And I have no comments, Frank.
Internet erupts in laughter as Biden's brain breaks. Yeah, that's right. Biden tried to give a speech yesterday. He's standing in front of like a air conditioner unit, and he cannot say simple words. He cannot get out simple sentences. He even said that no American making less than $400,000 a year would pay taxes. That sounds like a pretty great deal. Can we hold him to that? Let's watch the clip from my friends over the Blaze. This is amazing stuff. Check out this humiliation. Are you embarrassed yet, Biden voters? All 12 of you. Watch.
But the last thing Americans with the amount of wealth needs is another tax break. We need to make a choice of eliminate the loophole. Only the gains above people making $2 million a year. Or excuse me, a couple. A rate of capital gains rate for people making more than $1 million a year, which, by the way, would affect 0.3% of all taxpayers. 0.3% of the top 1%. And close another loophole, like the real estate investor loophole. The wealthiest simply paying the same rate on their wages and investment income that raises $40 billion a year for the next 10 years. The reason I'm bothering to do this is I keep hearing on the press, Biden's going to raise your taxes. Anybody making less than $400,000 a year will not pay a single penny in taxes. Anybody making less than $400,000 a year will not pay a single penny in taxes. And we will not increase the deficit either, unlike the last gigantic tax cut, which increased the deficit by $2 trillion. It's about balancing the system and growing the economy. It means wealthy investors no longer pay lower marginal tax rates than their secretary pays, the secretary in their office. Do you want to know what that would do? That would take that money and extend the life-changing middle-class tax cut and put it in place for American Rescue Plan and expand child care tax credit to, I mentioned earlier, $1,700 in the pockets of family with 2 kids for now through 2025. Look, just closing these loopholes by taxing investment income at the same rate as wages for the wealthiest Americans would have enough to extend this again through 2025. So I ask again, is it more important to keep these tax loopholes for millionaires? They're good people, they're not bad folks. Or would we rather put $7,200 in the pockets of working moms and dads every year if they have 2 children? Folks, trickle-down economics has never worked. For too long, we've had an economy that gives every break in the world to the folks who need it the least. It's time to grow the economy from the bottom up and the middle out.
Yeah, right.
We can choose to give hard-working families a break, a tax break in effect. We can choose to invest in our students. We can choose an economy that rewards work, not just wealth, and that chooses the choice I'm making. And the vast majority of American people support is let's give people a shot. Given even half a chance, the American people have never, ever, ever let their country down. Imagine if we give them a full chance. Imagine what it would mean for them and their families and for our country. We're the United States of America. There's nothing we've been unable to do when we do it together. So let's get together. Let's get this done. Because the truth of the matter is that we can do this and grow the economy. I won't go on all the other statistics, but the plan is estimated to grow the economy another $1 trillion. This will grow the economy. Everybody will be better off. So I want to thank you all for doing your part here to make sure that not only you're educating and giving people a real shot at a real life consistent with their talents and their capacities, not limited because they don't have the money. And we're going to give it to a lot more people. I promise you. America will be much stronger for it. Because like I said, we're setting out a universal education. It wouldn't just be 12 years anymore. It would be those 14 years, 16 years I'm talking about. 2 to start and 2 at the other end. And as your state has done under your governor and your senator and your congresspersons, Your state, if you get 4 years out of here, or 2 years out of here, it's 2 years toward a state university.
I'm confused
You
now,
cut tuition
Frank.
in
I'm
half.
lost now.
Oh, I lost him a long
Jeez.
time ago. Yeah.
I'm lost. Where the hell are we
The good
now?
news is, I think there's overwhelming bipartisan support for this. If you look at the polling data, Republican voters overwhelmingly support it. And I just got to get some of my Republican colleagues.
Oh,
Thank
my
you
brain
all.
hurts
God bless
again.
you. Thank you for the work you're doing.
Oh, this isn't right. No, no. No, 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 no. Oh, please. Let me keep going.
And some Pantera came through.
He needs to walk. He needs to walk. Frank, that was...
Yeah, he doesn't.
That was
Well, hold on, he can't even talk.
straining.
He can't even talk, so I don't think he can do the walk.
Well, the worst thing is he mentioned trickle down economics.
Yeah.
He's blaming trickle down economics for the current situation. That's wrong. The trickle down economics during the Trump administration, where the economy was booming and everything was on an upward swing, and the stocks were on an upswing. That's trickle down economics. And the good side of it, the bad side of trickle down economics, is what Biden's administration is putting us through now. The trickle down economics, they're saying we're looking at in the next 6 months, Frank, at hyperinflation. Food could go up 63%. Gas another 30%.
Well, check
Cost
it out.
of living, of bills, as far as like your electric and etc., another 30%. That's trickle down economics of a faulty government.
Well, the construction material is going way skyrocketed here in El Paso. My
crazy.
dad didn't believe it.
It's crazy.
A 4x4, wood, thing is about $9 right now, $10 a piece. It was $3 here in El Paso.
They're insane. Yeah, the prices of building materials are nuts.
Building material is the prices are going up. So imagine your houses. The new houses, I mean, the house prices are going to go up ridiculously. That's what we were talking about, me and my dad. Yeah, we were talking about that. And he's like, you know what? I didn't believe when they told me that. And I went out there to check out at Lowe's and I was like, what? All materials are going up, guys, like price. I think food's next. You know what I mean? That's why I think these people right there were rioting out there in Colombia. So, is it going to help? What we need to do is really, I don't know, man, but I think we need to pick up our economy ourselves without their permission, I don't know what needs to be done, but something needs to be done. It's like, small businesses are going to really, really suffer, honestly. And, I don't know what to say, man, but it is coming. So I believe it when we got to get ready for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got to make sure you're stocked with real water, dry foods, and beans and whatever, rice and anything you can really, really, stack up, because what you saw with Colombia, people are going to be starving. People are going to be fighting against the government. And I see it coming somehow. I don't know why, but I see it coming. So stock up, guys. Stock up. Get some organic seeds so you can, plant your own, grow your own crops. Exactly. But be prepared, because, it's coming. It's coming. It's going to be rough. But God is going to God is going to lead us. He's going to bring us the knowledge, and he's already saying it. Look, get ready, my children, because it is going to happen. But he will not leave you. He will not leave you. We got to keep praying, and I believe he's going to provide. But, even at that, just get ready for it. You know what I mean? It doesn't it doesn't cost you.
Better be prepared than unprepared.
Exactly. It doesn't cost you that much just to have your storage, your stock of dry foods, man. A lot of people are not worrying about this, but we are, because we're paying attention, because we're seeing what's happening, in other countries. And then all these other people that are partying and sleeping, and wasting their time away, they have no clue until it happens, they're going to be like, we should have been prepared. Well, it's a little too late. You know? It's a little too late.
Already behind the ball.
Yep, exactly, Dean. So, yep.
Yep.
We got to be ready, guys. And we're starting to get more comments now. I did share the live stream all the way directly to the Facebook page. That way people can find us, guys. We're going to be on YouTube now. We're going to build the YouTube channel because obviously you know what they're doing over there. They're almost going to unpublish that page. But it's all right. I don't care. You know, we're here and you guys are here with us. So thank you. Let's go ahead. We'll take some comments right now. Let's move on to the next video, Dean. Dean's bringing us some more news.
Video number 2, we are a country in distress, and I believe this video gives a real good explanation of what's going on in the world today, especially in this country. Check it out.
Who miraculously ended his week with an... It's been a long week for old Joe, who miraculously ended his week with an embarrassing dementia-riddled breakdown of the administration's inevitable mishandling of Amtrak.
And so, you know, if you think about it, when I was vice president with Barack, he allowed me to put together a budget for Amtrak. And it had money for high-speed rail at 200 miles an hour from Charlotte, another line going from in Florida down to Tampa, another line. If we had moved, Gov.
Over the weekend, Biden restricted travel from India effective May 4th over a COVID surge in that country, while canceling the border walls that had been funded by military contracts by President Trump, so that COVID-infected illegal aliens flood directly over our southern border and are shipped into largely unknown communities nationwide. As the NSA reported, estimates are that between 5% and 50% of the persons crossing without documentation are COVID positive. While America continues to twist in the wind, Biden promised unity.
Unity. We can do great things, important things. We can right wrongs.
But Jen Psaki corrected that misunderstanding.
The president's view is that bringing the country together is bringing the American people together. So when I say he is focused on bringing people together, bringing Democrats and Republicans together, he's not talking about solving bipartisanship in this zip code here.
And after the CDC changed course by accepting common sense and allowing the sheep to go maskless in the great outdoors, New World Order tyranny puppet Biden has been told that the show must go on.
I'm sorry, this is the last question I'll take, and I'm really going to be in trouble.
Speaking to his fellow corporocratic country club members,
Biden's
first address was loaded with hypocrisy and padded with tells.
100 days since I took the oath of office and lifted my hand off our family Bible and inherited a nation, we all did, that was in crisis. The worst pandemic in a century. The worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. The worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. The Defense Department has an agency called DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency. The people who set up before I came here, and that's been a long time ago, to develop breakthroughs that enhance our national security. That's their only job. And it's a semi-separate agency. It's under the Defense Department. It's led to everything from the discovery of the internet to GPS and so much more that's enhanced our security. The National Institute of Health, the NIH, I believe, should create a similar advanced research projects agency for health. With regard to Russia, I know it concerns some of you.
Did you catch that, Frank?
But I made very clear to Putin.
That's crazy.
That we're not going to seek escalation. But their actions will have consequences. They turn out to be true, and they turned out to be true. And with the plans outlined tonight, we have a real chance to root out systemic racism that plagues America and American lives in other ways. A chance to deliver real equity. And no amendment to the Constitution is absolute.
See,
you can't yell fire in a crowded theater. From the very beginning,
It's supposed to be
there were certain
equality,
guns, weapons
not equity.
that could not be owned by Americans. We're not changing the Constitution. Our Constitution opens with the words, as trite as it sounds, we the people. Well, it's time to remember that we the people are the government.
Election fraud fatigue, low energy, and arrogance are in control now, as America is taunted with Andrew Cuomo now leading COVID-19 advisory calls with the nation's governors after causing roughly 15,000 nursing home deaths. Hunter Biden, whose treasonous laptop scandal of Ukrainian and Chinese pay-to-play, which was whitewashed by mainstream media in Silicon Valley, will literally be lecturing at Tulane on fake news.
There are a lot of bright young people at Tulane, and I hope one of Professor Biden's students will ask him, Professor Biden, what did you do for the money? What did you do for the money? Because the American people are entitled to know.
While James Comey will teach ethical leadership at William and Mary, and serial rapist and Jeffrey Epstein cohort Bill Clinton will educate the sheep on empowering women worldwide. Operating on incompetence, hubris, and power, the Biden administration public relations plan is to demean and insult your intelligence into submission.
And I'm happy to take questions if that's what I'm supposed to do, Nance, whatever you want me to do.
Good luck with that. John Bound reporting.
Thank you. That is.
Well, you know what?
I mean, I keep every time I watch him, it is a virus. Just watching him.
Oh,
I
man,
get the dumps.
I think it's more than
I
a
get the
virus.
dumps.
It's a virus and a disease. You know?
I can't think, Frank. I don't understand it. Why does the equity? This is where we get equity. You want equality. Not equity.
No.
When you raise equity across the board, nobody has a chance of peaking. Everybody has the same line of crap. There's no peak for anybody. Equality brings everybody up to the highest level that they could possibly be. And it's the way the left uses plays on words. It's not right. It's not right.
Sometimes I think that Kamala is laughing right there behind that mask, man. It looks like she's cracking up, honestly. She's like, every single time he's talking, she's like, I'm like,
her laugh is
it's a wicked laugh
on a chalkboard. It's spine tingling.
It's a laugh because she's making fun. It's like making fun of the people. Honestly, how stupid can the people be? Oh, look how stupid are we? Look how stupid. Look how stupid the people are watching Joe here, listening to Joe Biden, his gibberish crap. You know what I mean? Yeah. She's probably laughing behind that mask, man. I could see her. I was like looking at Kamala, and I was like, what? She's going like, I don't know, man. I mean,
and like the witches, the Wicked Witch of the West, you know. Come here, my pretties. You know, I mean,
it seems like she's laughing her ass off behind that mask, man. Honestly,
definitely. And the thing is, the way she laughs is. And
hold on, and Nancy.
Witch's laugh.
And Nancy is drunk as heck. You know, she's just like.
Oh. And if it's not drunk off of her wine, it's drunk with power. A tit for a tat. Yeah, it's messed up.
You know, we have a joke.
Speaking of drinking, or the video coming up. Go ahead, but the video coming up, a little shot of truth, you know. But go ahead, what you were saying there, Frank.
No, I'm just saying that, you know, it's just like, you know, this administration's a big joke, honestly. It's like, it is a circus. It's a clown, and it's like, it's an embarrassment, you know. And I know all the other countries are asking, what happened to your administration? You guys were the powerfulest, you know, country, and very, you know, looked upon out from many countries. Now we're just like, I don't know, man. We're
on the road to spending under the current administration $11.5 $1.2 trillion in the first year of his presidency.
And he's
What is that right there, Frank?
he's giving away more money, which is not a good thing.
No.
You know why?
It's just going to make it that much harder for our youths, our children, and our children's children.
It's not going to move the economy. It's
No,
not going to
it's
pump
not.
the economy. It's not going to help our small businesses. That's the
It
problem.
hyperinflates
I'm
the
a
dollar.
small business owner, and I'm feeling it right now, guys. Like it's not going to help. It's not going to help at all. Look, he's pouring all this money into these children. Everybody's getting money. You guys think it's going to help? Look, a lot of people don't want to work anymore. They want to be dependent on the government.
Government.
And what's going to happen when that, if it continues, then the government is going to do whatever they want, say whatever they want, do whatever they want with you.
Right.
Now, small business owners, such the people who own restaurants and all these stuff, they can't find workers, guys. We have now hiring signs all across the city of El Paso.
They've been
All right.
hopping up around here too.
Nobody wants to work. Everybody's getting benefits, unemployment, all this crap. Nobody wants to work. We can't move our economy like that. We're going to kill the small businesses because if they don't have workers, how in the hell are they going to profit? They can't even hire servers to serve your food, to take your food. You know, they can't even hire a cook.
Some of our local stores close early and put up signs saying had to close early, nobody to work.
So it is. Their agenda is to damage the small business, the middle class, I believe. Right? That's what it's called, right? Middle class.
The middle class and even the lower. There's not that.
Well,
I don't like saying low class, but there's.
Well, let's not say that word. Small
lower
business.
income, smaller business.
Small,
There's smaller
exactly.
businesses that the majority of all honest small businesses are barely breaking even.
Yeah.
There's no way they're pulling a profit or even keeping their necks above the water right now. They're
waiting on the next. They're waiting on the next grant. They're waiting on the next. I mean, they are still they're still having to play these little COVID crap rules. You know,
the commercials. What's with the commercials? The COVID commercials. Get this, and this for free, and get this, and this for free if you get the shot. If you get the poke. What's with that?
Mm-hmm.
And the administration's starting to offer that, and then now they're going to have offers to the states, tax breaks for benefits of getting and incentivizing getting the jab. Again, this is not an FDA approved item. It hasn't been tested. Think about it. There's a simple meme, Frank, that scared the living bejesus out of me here. And it was the mice. There's two mice, a mouse named Mike and a mouse named Bob. And the mouse, Mike, said to Bob, "Hey, check that out. They skipped us this time." And it shows a human getting the shot. Now, what does that tell you? I mean, didn't necessarily really happen, but it's the truth. This wasn't tested for 5, 7 to 10 years like most drugs are. This wasn't even tested. It's an open experiment. It's publicly on record, not only by the government, but as the FDA as being an experiment, and it hasn't been approved by the FDA. What else? I mean, what else is there more need to be said? As an American citizen, if we decide not to get the poke, it is nobody else's business whatsoever. Not the government's, not nobody's, not an iota's. If we're under lockdown, fine. We're stuck under these lockdown conditions because the only way we're going to get out of them is in being forced into situations where we're up against illegality. So what are we supposed to do? You know, we have to just tell the truth and keep fighting forward.
Exactly.
My thing is these states like here in Michigan, they like to push back. they'll give us a little bit of freedom, and then they'll push back on us. They give us a little bit of freedom, and then they push back on us. And they want the businesses to make it mandatory to get the shot for your employees to keep going. That's not right. That's not right. There's many laws being broken with employers saying that it's mandatory to get the jab if you want to continue to work there.
There is, you know,
the employers taking liability for that shot. And
exactly.
For employers out there right now that are thinking, well, we'll just go ahead and the government's suggesting this, that we should go ahead and make it. I'm telling you right now, there's a liability if you make it so where your employee has to get that shot and work there. You as an employer are taking the liability of that shot. Ergo, something happens to that employee, you're responsible. The government is now going to make you responsible for those employees and what happens to them if something is negligent of that shot. Isn't that beautiful of the government to incentivize you to go ahead and make employees get the jab? Not right. Anyways, what are we on right now? A shot of truth?
Yeah, we got
video number 3.
Tucker on board on here. Yeah, number 3.
I think. Yep.
No charges have been filed. So all that remains is the stigma. The remarkable thing is, and we're almost getting tired of these contrasts, but here's the most vivid. There is apparently material on Hunter Biden's laptop that suggests Hunter Biden was involved in the sexual abuse of minors. Now, if that's so, the FBI would know it, of course, because they have a copy of the laptop. And yet here's the funny thing. No one has leaked anything about this to the New York Times or Politico or NBC News. Hunter Biden has not been charged with this, not with sex abuse. He hasn't been charged with the federal firearms felony that he committed. We can say that conclusively. He lied on a background check. He committed a felony, a federal firearms felony. So is he going to jail? Oh, no. He's thriving. Hunter Biden got $1 million book contract, multi-millions, we have read from Simon & Schuster, and then he got a gig teaching at Tulane. So it's good to be the president's son. You know who it's not good to be? It's not good to be a Trump voter. That's very clear now. Watch this partisan federal prosecutor, man who's completely out of control, explain on television that Republicans who so much as trespassed at the Capitol on January 6th will be treated like Al-Qaeda.
After the 6th, we had an inauguration on the 20th. So I wanted to ensure, and our office wanted to ensure that there was shock and awe that we could charge as many people as possible before the 20th. And it worked because we saw through media posts that people were afraid to come back to D.C. because they're like, if we go there, we're going to get charged. We wanted to take out those individuals that essentially were thumbing their noses at the public for what they did.
Okay, that guy's a lunatic. He should not have power. But more to the point, what he just said is the opposite of justice.
Uh-huh.
The FBI left behind the only electronic
what you do and what you don't.
Hard
what you will and what you won't.
What you
can and what you can't.
That vastly declined.
This is what you got to know.
That the agents could not read the physical hard drive.
Though it didn't show.
They took Mr. Giuliani's word that the hard drives were copies of Hunter Biden. They left them there. Isn't that beautiful? Everybody in every government protecting the Constitution. Why aren't you protecting the Constitution? The entitled higher priority is search for the electronics at the home of the law. Yeah, that's nice. Unbelievable. Nothing more than a hypocrisy's takedown.
You know what? So Rudy Giuliani gets raided by the FBI, and he tells him, Aren't you going to take the drives? Don't you want to see what's in Hunter's Biden's? And the FBI says, "Oh no, we don't want it. No. You can keep it. It's okay. We're not there to take that. You're all right. You're all right. No, we don't want it."
Yeah.
That's our FBI, guys.
We got to trust them. We're supposed to trust them. And we're on live trying to give people some good confidence. Real simple. All the FBI has to do is follow the Constitution. All these agencies have to do is follow the Constitution. The rest will follow. The truth will set you free. Your lies will be your sentence.
Exactly. I mean, I'm just shocked, man, how our FBI is handling everything, man. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, the people trust y'all. You know what I mean? The people, you guys are the ones who go out there and do these busts. You know what I mean? And I mean, even children look up to FBI, man. What's going on? Yeah. Now, I'm not saying every single FBI, but the people are confused by watching these things. You know what I mean? It's all these things that we watch and we see and we hear. And then, hold on. Doesn't Rudy Giuliani have the whole verdict of the whole, I guess the whole proof of what they did when they came in and raided him? The whole, how they have to do a report?
Yep.
I think, it's all in the report, I think. So, I mean, I don't get it. I just don't get it, man. I mean, but, well.
It's like this administration took over and rules and regulations for the left just went out the window, and the rules and regulations for the right got tripled and quadrupled. And then we were also told that if you pass gas in the wrong wind direction, will be silenced for. I mean, it's ridiculous. They've attacked us at every level almost, other than literally knocking on our door physically and threatening us. I think that is the next thing.
Yeah, I mean, for freedom of speech, I mean,
yeah.
What's what?
Yeah.
Now.
Well, and it's systemic of a lot of these elitists, Frank. We didn't have a lot of these elitists have the power that they did have, and then DJT got in office. Oh, their powers were pushed back, and now that they have their power capabilities in the government again, they're pushing that much higher, or harder. Eisenhower actually gave us a warning about this. Our fourth video. Really? Eisenhower's own words. He gave us a warning of the scientific elite.
Political, even spiritual, is felt in every city. The total influence, economic, political, even spiritual, is felt in every city, every state house, every office of the federal government. We recognize the imperative need for this development, yet we must not fail to comprehend its grave implications. Our toil, resources, and livelihood are all involved. So is the very structure of our society. In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes. We should take nothing for granted. Only an alert and knowledgeable citizenry can compel the proper meshing of the huge industrial and military machinery of defense with our peaceful methods and goals, so that security and liberty may prosper together. Akin to and largely responsible for the sweeping changes in our industrial military posture has been the technological revolution during recent decades. In this revolution, research has become central. It also becomes more formalized, complex, and costly. A steadily increasing share is conducted for, by, or at the direction of the federal government. Today, the solitary inventor tinkering in his shop has been overshadowed by task forces of scientists in laboratories and testing fields. In the same fashion, the Free University, historically the fountainhead of free ideas and scientific discovery, has experienced a revolution in the conduct of research. Partly because of the huge costs involved, a government contract becomes virtually a substitute for intellectual curiosity. For every old blackboard, there are now hundreds of new electronic computers. The prospect of domination of the nation's scholars by federal employment, project allocations, and the power of money is ever present and is gravely to be regarded. Yet in holding scientific research and discovery in respect, as we should, we must also be alert to the equal and opposite danger that public policy could itself become the captive of a scientific, technological elite. It is the task of statesmanship to mold, to balance, and to integrate these and other forces, new and old, within the principles of our democratic system, ever aiming toward the supreme goals of our free society.
That crazy. That right there shows you how, I'd have to say, that man's wisdom was decades ahead of the game. He's seen it coming too. These scientific elitists, like Gates, right there, more power than literally brains, more strength than wisdom, more honest. More, corruption than honor. And these are the people that are making the decisions. Not right. Not right. What do you think, Frank?
Yep. No, you're right. We got some people in here also. Guru is somewhere in there. Amy, what's going on? She just got on. Looking through my comments, guys. I'm sorry. We're getting used to the YouTube thing. I know some of y'all are a little bit.
Yeah, I don't have comments.
A lot of people don't like YouTube. You know what I mean? Versus Facebook. Yeah. I understand that because it's a little different, but we're about to knock out our page, guys. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'd rather not risk that much in there. You know what I mean? And we'll just bring. If y'all could just share our live, that would be would be grateful, because that way we can reach more people in here. And what's going on also, Elizabeth? We got a few words from Michael here. You should show Freemasons. I think we did at the beginning of Freemasonry. We did. As a matter of fact, if you watch this live video and you go to the beginning, I show a video that's going to explain to you Freemasonry. And yes, Michael. Trust me, this is all connected, and I believe this is all working together with the secret societies, man. I mean, there's no other way that these people are so organized. They must be part of a secret society, and that's what we watched this video. We were like, "What?" You know what I mean?
We've got new platforms coming up. Trump's platform's coming up. You've got Barton's platforms coming up. You've got that. Free talk platform that's supposed to be uncensored. So it's just a matter of time. Right now, we're just running into a systematic breakdown of Facebook, and I mean even Twitter and IG. It's like trying to get the truth out. You hit a wall. So I think that's what we're just going to be up against for a short period of time. We're going to have to work around the box. We'll still get the messages out. It's just a bug in the road. We'll get around it.
Yeah, we'll get around, guys.
We'll get around it.
And I hope they're able to develop a good platform with the live stream on it, and I'm pretty sure they will. I mean, look, we have a lot of also patriots and freedom fighters that are billionaires. I believe we have a good amount of them also. Oh, yeah. So I don't see why we cannot contribute, to opening up a new platform. But the thing is that y'all got to understand something. All right. Google owns all the Android apps and all the what? All the also our what we call our iPhone or Apple apps, right?
Yep.
So Google is a big player, is a major player, and they get to say who gets accepted, what gets accepted, and how much, you know. So what we have to do is come up with something better than Google, honestly. That's my take on it. And
yeah,
I would start by
use
investing.
Best much as I can.
Yeah, so we need to get brilliant here because honestly, but remember, all this was years of planning and testing. So these people have built these apps to be monstrous, like potentially better than any other app. So it sucks because we were sleeping all along. We weren't seeing what was going to come, you know, until we got hit with it. But
well, like Mike just shared here, you know, Brad Barton, he got his website up and going, and they've been nothing but attacked left and right. This is the left fighting back. You've got bots and you've got hackers with malware and stuff like that. They don't want a conservative platform. This is a game for them. So then I've been seeing he was up and running, and then he got shut down, according to Mike here, on YouTube while it was airing. And he was set up supposedly to handle like 40 to 50,000 people.
China owns YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah. And China also owns the 6 big major networks. They own them all.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and Chrome.
Yep. Yeah.
Charlotte says, this is the first time joining y'all's page. I'm impressed. Thanks. Charlotte, welcome.
Wow.
Thank you,
Charlotte. Welcome. Thank you. And we're on a bumpy night.
Oh yeah.
Just think of that. You know, it's just a matter of time. We'll get back up and running like we normally do. It's just going to be the platform. That's what I think that we're fighting. You know, I keep getting shadow banned and so hard now on Facebook that I see the same 7 to 10 things on my feed for like almost a day and a half, 2 days. I don't see anything else.
Now, what I could do, Dean, is also because we're missing a lot more people that were watching us on Facebook. Maybe they don't know we're here yet. So
it'll take time.
Well, yeah. What I could do is I could do also a restream of this show into Facebook and see how that goes.
Not a bad idea.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I can download the video. I can do a restream on Facebook. That way we can reach our audience there. But you're going to watch it first here on YouTube, and then it goes secondly on Facebook. So I can do a restream also on Facebook and test it out, but that page is about to go down sometime. I believe so.
Yeah.
So, you know, why? Because, you know, I've been tackled sharing the truth left and right ever since we started with, you know, ever since I started with this page, guys. And we had the problem with you know, the ballot counting and all that stuff, the elections. Yeah, the elections were going on, and I was sharing a lot of information, a lot of videos, a lot of proof, where these people were actually, you know, hiding ballots, you know, boxes of ballots underneath couches, sofas, taking them out, the buildings. I mean, I posted so much stuff that I put my own public page at risk, but it's okay. You know why? Because that's what that page is for. That's what I made it for. That's what God put it together. So I said, you know what? I'm going to bombard it with the truth. So if I get these videos, people were sending me videos left and right. You know what I mean? Hey, Frank, share this. Hey, Frank, put this. Hey, Frank, share that. It was a nonstop thing where we fought very hard to put out that information, guys, you know, to save our president's election, you know, and, you know.
A lot of that they pulled.
But they still ended up cheating.
Was that warning? We would get a warning, and then they would pull that, right?
Yeah. Well, if you see all the stuff, I mean, I don't know if you're able to see all the stuff I've been, you know,
Oh yeah.
I've been smashed with from Facebook. I think you could go to our to all the stuff that I've been canned for on the page, Dean, because you're part of it. You can see it, right? I'm pretty sure you can.
It's a mile long, Frank.
I got a lot of stuff I've been hit with, man. From all the way from when we started. You know what I mean? I started the page. So, but it's okay, guys. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, God is in control of everything. And I know the truth is going to be out there regardless of these platforms. Even if we have to go out there with megaphones, man, you know what I mean? Out in the streets, we're still going to preach the truth. And that's what God wants us to do. So it doesn't worry me a bit. But Dean, let's go on. You have another video, my brother, right
Last
here.
video. And you disappeared again.
Oh.
You keep going invisible.
I'm going to check that right now.
The leader of the free world.
Looking for my mask. I'm in trouble.
I'm so glad I finally found you. Yes, that one.
Where's the mask, Joe?
And now with my loving arms around you, honey.
You guys crazy.
It's not right. It's just sad.
But listen, guys, I want y'all to like really, you know, don't get your hopes down about things. You know what I mean? We're watching all this stuff unfold, but I believe God has that for a reason. All right.
Bump in the road.
Yeah. So I don't know if you heard the story today, Dean. I was I took my regular, you know, jogs. You know, I do my regular cardio. And I always run across an old man about 80 something, man, 80 years old, trying to like do his own cardio, limping, you know what I mean? Making his way around that big old park. It's like a mile to complete the whole entire park, you know, around the park. So anyways, we come face to face every time we walk. He's walking the opposite direction. I mean, he's jogging the opposite direction, trying to jog, and then I'm running the other way. And he always says hi to me. Today, while I was doing my regular run and jog, I saw this man fall, like he tripped on it and he fell on his both knees, and he just stayed like that. Yeah, and he looks up. He looks up at me, and I just rushed. I was like, man, this guy probably got a heart attack or something. This poor old man probably got a stroke. So as I was trying to run and try to see if he was all right, there's a car that pulled over right away. See, this is what I love about El Paso. No matter what, the community's always there for you. The people are really have big hearts, man, if you ever come down here. They right away, like 2 cars pulled down to see if the old man was okay. And he said, I'm fine. And then when I got to him, I was like, hey, are you good? He's like, I'm good. He didn't want nobody to touch him. He got himself up and he started, he kept going at it, man. He kept going at it. Just like nothing. That was just an inspiration for me when I saw that old man get up and said, I'm all right. I'm fine. Don't touch me. I'm good. I got this. Boom. He kept going.
Well, just like this little hiccup in the road that we're dealing right now with social medias, you know, this is that bump in the road. This is us tripping just like the old man did, you know. Got to get back up, brush your knees off, and go back at it. We'll figure it out.
But I just want, I want you to tell you that. Yeah, well, that's a big inspiration. Look, no matter what,
it is.
They are bringing us to our knees. They can do whatever. They can try whatever. The thing is that we're still going to get up and we're going to finish that race. We're going to finish that race because God gives us the strength, all right, to get up. He gave that elderly man the strength to get us up, get from his knees, pick himself up and says, I'm okay and I'm going to finish this. That was a big inspiration for me. I kept running harder. I said, you know what? I'm finishing this. And you know what? I'm going to do an extra lap now because of this. So, I mean, you know, it just thinks like, God brings the courage, and he's like, Frank, look at this. Look at this. It's not the end of the world. You are going to get up. You guys are going to get up. You got to tell the rest of your pack, we are going to get up, and we're going to get up strong. The Almighty is with us. All right? So I don't care. Watch this unfold. God is with us. God is with this country. God is with every American here, in America. And God is with every person all over the world watching. Okay?
Amen.
Because there's other countries that are fighting for their freedom. Okay? It's just, it's just not America going through it. It's all over the globe.
It's the whole globe.
Keep in mind that we have this giant demon force, oppressing the whole entire world. And this is Satan himself. There's no other way I can tell you. This is the work of Satan himself. But the Almighty God is with his children. So we keep on praying, guys. We keep on praying for President Trump and his administration, because I believe is still alive. I believe we have still President Trump, and we still have a Capitol. You know what I mean? I believe that. The last time I was thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? President Trump is making his moves. You know what I mean? He is. He is. I know he is. I mean, I have a feeling he is. He can't talk too much. He can't say much. No. He can't say much. Get in his shoes. We're not dealing with a little small mob here, guys. We're dealing with a huge, big mob. And I want people in this page that are watching, in case you're a first-time watcher, whatever, to understand that, we're not here. We're not here to argue about politics. For the last time, that should have been buried a long time ago already. You should understand the times we're facing right now and what we're in. And you should be actually really, really alert of what's happening all over the globe. All right? To understand what's happening now. Okay? This is about your freedom. All right? My freedom and yours. Your children's freedom. The future. Okay? They are taking that. They're trying to take that freedom. They are trying. They are trying, and they're going to try really hard. And look, social media is a perfect example of it. Okay? The censorship, the shadow banning, the freedom of speech. Okay? But the one thing they can't take away from us is us marching outside, building a huge crowd of thousands of people, and spreading the truth out there, because that's where the real thing's going to happen. You know what I mean? And look, we the people got to understand that no matter what, all right, no matter what happens, or we think it's gonna happen, or whatever, all right, the only one who's gonna fix these problems for us is a good Almighty God. Okay, and that's why America's been what? One nation under God. I've said this before. I believe that. I believe that. Every patriot like Dean is here, because he cares about his country. He loves God. You know what I mean? He loves the American people. The same way the same way with Frank. And this is why we're here. This is the only reason why. We love everybody. We love every person. I don't care what religion you're from. I don't care whatever. I don't care if you're this, you're that. I don't care. We don't care. But what we want to spread is that, the real message of what's happening right now. For you to understand that your freedom is at stake. And it's been at stake.
Correct.
And we must stick together. We must stick together, and we must pray together. Okay? And let God, you know what I mean? Let God, do what he's got to do when it's his time to do it. But we can't stop praying, that's for sure, right, Dean? I mean, I say we got to keep praying. So
exactly.
Well, that's about it for me for tonight. Dean, anything you got to say tonight?
Want to thank everybody for the prayers from my buddy Vern. I appreciate it. You keep him in your prayers. He's got a hell of a battle. He starts his first round of chemo Friday. So, Vern, you're in our prayers, and it means the world to me, guys. God bless you guys. Thank you very much.
We will be praying, Dean, and thank you. I know Fernando. We did bring him to our prayers that day. You were busy.
Thank you.
So, all right, guys, have a blessed day. We'll see you Friday. I will let you, right here on YouTube. Subscribe. Please share the video. Thank you very much, and we will see you soon. All right.
God bless, guys.
God bless you.
We'll see you Friday.
Bye-bye.